Anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging out last days. I know we covered a lot of really cool stuff. We went deep a couple times, deeper than probably some of you guys are used to in the marketing stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it and got a lot of good ideas and tips and things out of it. So this presentation has nothing to do with Funnel Catcher at all. It's just something I've been thinking a lot about, something we're implementing, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about. Usually when I talk about stuff in this kind of format, then it helps me to get things done faster. And so it's kind of taking my ideas and crystallizing them. And so I hope you guys don't mind that. So it's fun. So I want to talk about continuity hacks. How many of you guys currently have a continuity program in your business right now? Nice. How many of you guys don't but would love to have one? How many of you guys have one but want a bigger one? How many of you guys just want more money? Whatever it takes, I'm in. All right, cool. Okay, so as I was thinking about this, I had a couple questions. My first question is like, everyone's got something they really, really want in their life, right? So what are some things you guys really, 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 really want?
Live at the beach.
Live at the beach, okay, that's a good one. Should I write that on the board? So we got beach. Someone say Burning Man? Okay, Burning Man. I don't even know what that is, but it kind of creeps me out for some reason. I don't know if I want to know. Okay, the beach, Burning Man. Both of those you guys can get for really cheap, right? Like you just walk to the beach. Or you just light some things on fire in the desert. Like, okay.
Lake house.
Lake house. Okay, now we're talking something that's actually costs money. All right, lake house. An RV? RV, $500,000 RV. Big RV. Your kids taken care of. A house. What? A castle. Castle. What is that? What? Oh, private jet. Okay, private jet. Some of you guys have little goals, some of you guys have really big goals. Okay. All right, so it's funny. I was listening to Tim Ferriss do a talk, and it was kind of cool. He was talking about how like a lot of times in our mind we have these things we want, right? We're like, I want this. And he says that anytime you give yourself like what I want, he says ask 3 whys. And usually you figure out like you already have what you really want. Like, why do you want to live at the beach? Like, because I want to like, whatever. And then why do that? Why do you do that? And then you come down to like, oh, I just want this thing. Like for me, my big goal, my big dream, my whole team knows what it is. Who here on my team knows what like my dream was for like forever?
Have a big house.
My big house, yeah. I just wanted my house, and I want it forever, right? And my house is not, we got it. We moved in like 3 months ago. And have all you guys seen the pictures on Facebook, like the wrestling room and stuff? Yeah. So it's pretty fun, right? So it's completely ridiculous. My wife's still embarrassed about it, but it's awesome, right? And that's all I wanted, okay? And so most of us, like, we have these big things, right? But it's like, for us to actually have those things, like, the number's really big in our head, right? But the reality, if you break it down to, like, recurring, like, how much does it cost per month to live on the beach? $3,000, okay? Like, $3K. To go to Burning Man, how much does that cost? 5,000? So 2 to 5 divided by 12. So you're looking at monthly, you're like $100 a month. All right. Okay, so $100 a month over there. The lake house, how much would your lake house monthly be? If you had no budget, what would it be? So $800,000, you're looking at what, that $4,000 a month? House payment? Okay, $4K a month. Big, huge RV. $500,000, you're looking at, what, $3,500 a month? I can't read my handwriting. Something else. The castle, yeah. How much does your castle cost you? $25 million. Okay, we're not going to talk castles. Like that ruins my whole illustration I'm trying to hear. Okay. All right, so my house we bought for $2 million, right? Now, who knows the monthly payment is on about $2 million? Just shy of 10 grand. So 10 grand a month covers my thing. Okay. So that's number one, okay? Oh, question number 2, I just gave the answer. So how much would it cost you per month to actually have that? Okay, so it's a good thing to figure out like what your dreams actually are, what it's going to be, right? Because a lot of times we think $2 million house, but I don't have to write a check for $2 million. I just have to write a check for 10 grand a month, right? So it's kind of cool. You have a down payment, which sucks, but after that's taken care of, it's just one number, right? So then the third question is what's the monthly cost of your membership site or your continuity going to be? So what are you guys going to charge for your continuity? $25 a month. Who else? 67, 14.95, 39. Okay, so whatever your thing is, right? So ClickFunnels, we're at $97 a month. We have a new one coming out that is like $50 a month. So you figure out what that is, a magic number. And then you have to do a big math equation. How many members do you have to have here to get what you want right here? Right, so ClickFunnels, $97 a month. How many people do I have to get to cover this? 100? 100 times 97. What's that? So I only have to have 100 members in ClickFunnels to live in a $2 million house. Anyway, I just want to try to give you this perspective. Like, it's really not that hard. That's why I like continuity, because that's kind of what it is. You figure out like what it is your goal is, figure out what your monthly costs are, and how many members, how many people do you have to bring in to serve to actually get that thing. It's a lot less than most of us probably assume. Now, obviously, we have hard costs, we have advertising costs, things like that. But when all's said and done, you don't need a membership site with 20,000 members to live a good life. It can be a lot smaller. A couple hundred people will set you for life. In fact, Dan Kennedy, when I went through a whole bunch of their training with their newsletter stuff, like they, for years, have run a print newsletter, a memberships thing. And I can't remember if it's him or Bill Glazer, but one of them told me, they said that for every 1,000 members you have paying you continuity, like a monthly thing, that should be worth $1 million a year in revenue to you. So that's like the metric. If you can get 1,000 members, you should be making about $1 million a year off that. Okay, you're saying, how does that work out? It has to do what we talked about yesterday with the whole 1,000 true fans, right? So 1,000 true fans who are paying you whatever, $97 a month or $50 a month. But then if you have 1,000 people in your continuity, that means there's a whole bunch more that are in this world as well. Plus these people are the ones typically who are buying your upgraded things, your other coaching things, more expensive. So this number, if you get to the point where you got 1,000 members, which we could call them, like we talked about earlier, 1,000 true fans. If you defined a true fan as someone who's paying you monthly to be part of your thing, that should be about $1 million a year in revenue. So that's kind of a metric to look at, right? We think about that with, we always talk about email lists, like you should average at least $1 per month per subscriber on your list. And then this is another cool metric to aspire towards. 1,000 active members should be $1 million a month in your bank account. Okay. All right, so how do we get a bunch of members? That's what I've been thinking a lot about over the last probably year or so. In the past, we used to run big, huge continuity programs. We do like free plus shipping offers, put people on a forced continuity. We made a bunch of money. Then I found out people didn't like us very much. And so we stopped doing forced continuity programs. And so when we did that, though, we had membership sites of 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 people at a time paying a lot of money, and they were awesome. But the customer experience wasn't that good. So we hadn't run membership sites like that for a long time, for probably 6 or 7 years. And so I kind of steered away from continuity a lot. When ClickFunnels came around, obviously, it's continuity. It's been awesome. We loved it. And I've been thinking, like, how do I bring back some other continuity? Because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the relationship with people that were in our programs. But how do we do it in a way that's really ethical, that's awesome, that people love the process, and they really get a lot of value out of it? And so I've been watching some of the people who have done this really well lately. My favorite one to show and talk about is Ryan and Perry's continuity program. So I'm going to show you guys their process. How many of you guys have bought the credit card knife at least once? That's it? What? The lighter? Okay, how about like the paracord bracelet? Any of their Survival Life front-end products? Really? Man, I think I have at least 100 credit card knives. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the process because this is worth funnel hacking. Right now, they're doing $1.7 million a month in continuity from this funnel, okay? So it's worth funnel hacking. In fact, I just bought it again like during the break just to because it's fun. And it cost me $4.95. So their free plus shipping front-end offer is this. It's a credit card knife. Costs them 30 cents in China for this credit card knife. You fold it up, it turns into a knife like this, and then you can stab people with them. Or open letters, or whatever people do, right? If you go to our office, these are everywhere. Like I really have ordered hundreds of these, and like everyone's got them on their desks. And like if you're ever in my office and someone like comes in to try to like do something to you, just like with their hands grasped, there's a credit card knife you can grab and just stab someone real quick, right? So this is it. One of their content articles actually that they push out to the networks and stuff talks about how TSA has confiscated more credit card knives than I think their credit card knives than like any other thing in history or something crazy like that, because everyone puts in their credit cards and they all get in things. Okay, so this is their credit card knife. Now, this was I'm sure it's like a Perry Belcher thing. He's one of the smartest people I ever met, but found these things in China, super cheap. Put them up on Facebook. Month one, they sold 130,000 of them. 130,000 buyers added to their list the very first month, and then Facebook kicked them off because they didn't want to sell knives on their list. But they figured something out, right? People like credit card knives, and they were trying like a million ways to monetize this. Like, okay, we sold a whole bunch of free credit card knives. How do we make money off these people? And so I've been watching. That's why I've funnel hacked them, man, over the last 2 years, hundreds of times, because they keep evolving and changing it and tweaking it. And recently, it's kind of settled in kind of the sweet zone, and what they're doing is amazing. So, first offer is credit card knife. Okay, now the model that they do, they call it going freemium to premium. Okay, so freemium to premium. So this is a free knife. Now the second page, after I buy the free knife, the other thing they did cool, 2 Christmases ago, they did a thing where every credit card knife you gave away, you got $10 affiliate commission. Because they knew their numbers. Anyone remember that campaign? Or anyone participate in that? So I sent this out to my internet marketing list. I was like, hey, I bought you guys a Christmas present. It's a free credit card knife. We made like 10 grand for Christmas just by giving away free knives. It was awesome. So they had insane amounts of affiliates promoting it and push. It was like, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these things they gave away. All right, so that's step number 1 is you get the credit card knife, right? How many of you guys think you could write copy for a credit card knife, free credit card knife? Yeah. Hey, who wants a free credit card knife? Just tell us where to ship it. We'll ship you one. Okay, that's the level copy. Yeah, they charge, I think, $4.95 shipping or $3.95 or something like that. Yep, so that's step number 1. Page number 2 now is they take you from freemium to premium. And if you watch this video, it says, hey, you just got the free credit card knife. It's super awesome, but guess what's even awesomer? This knife's even awesomer. How would you guys like this knife? And knife people are like, oh, yeah, I want that knife. This knife sucks. This knife's awesome, right? And so this is their ups. This is their premium, right? So they say, if you want the sweet knife, and it's called the Hoffer Richter. This is like their brand. In fact, they said this is the number 1 top-selling knife in the world right now. And it's just a brand that Ryan and Perry made up. So anyway, so if you want the Hoffer Richter knife, it's amazing, right? And everyone's like, yes, I want the knife. It says, this is the deal. We'll send it to you for free. You'll send it to me for free? That's amazing. But you only get it for free if you join our Family Protection Association. This is our association right here. And if you join the association, we will give you this sweet knife right here for free. I want to join this. So I want a knife. Association sounds sweet. Like, I'm into knives, and these guys probably are into knives. And so you join the continuity program. Now for them, they bill you, when you buy the knife, they bill you $10 shipping and handling right now. And they get a 14-day trial, and after 14 days, you get billed $20 a month to be part of their membership site. So you buy it, you get the knife, and you get this cool kit in the mail, which is sweet. You get the kit that shows up. Inside there, it's got your cards. So this is I'm officially an FPA member, which means I'm never alone. That's what it says. They get special discounts and perks. I got a little sticker that I can put on my window, I guess, and some things. But that's it, right? So I get this little box, but it feels awesome. I was like, dude, I'm part of the Family Protection Association. Like, how sweet is that? I got the cool knife, and right now I'm paying $20 a month, and I have been for a while, and I keep forgetting to cancel because it's $20 a month. And there's probably a cool membership site with a bunch of stuff. Honestly, I don't really know. I just went through the sales process, okay? So that's step number 2 in the process, is going from freemium to premium. Now the third step is they're trying to cover their ad costs now, right? Because so far, have they made any money? Free plus shipping, $10 shipping, but like no money's actually happened yet, right? I put them on a 14-day trial, but I haven't actually made any money. So I want to make my money back. So then the third is kind of an offer where you try to break even. This is like your break-even offer. And the third offer for them is this battery power something. I don't even know. It changes every time I buy it. It's kind of different. But this one, just today I just bought it, is this battery. I think it was like $60 for this battery thing, right? So that's the third product in their upsell. And again, their goal on the third offer is not to make money. It's just to break even. And so what happens is where did my little laser go? All right. What happens is when people come here, all these customers are falling down here into continuity, right? And that's it. So they went from having this no-name brand to now they do over $1.7 million a month in continuity just from this little funnel. Now, what's interesting is that they had the credit card knife funnel, but then they took this exact same funnel, right? And then they tweaked it. They made one that's a free paracord bracelet. And they did that, and they ran it on Facebook. But then the rest of the funnel is very similar. And they got this thing that, like, if you're stuck in your car and you can't get your seatbelt on, your car's blowing up on fire, it'll cut your seatbelt. Yeah, so I got one of those. Then they have like a a Bill of Rights, so that if the cop pulls you over, you can pull your Bill of Rights out of your pocket and read it to him, I guess. They've got like all these like little free plus shipping front end things to get people in, right? I think they've got probably a dozen or more of them. They have a flashlight. They've got a whole bunch of them. So, okay, so that's pretty cool, right? So I like that model, like that concept is really, really cool. It got me excited. Now, I don't in this business, I don't have physical products, but it got me excited. How many of you guys have watched any of the Funnel Hacker TV episodes that I've done? I've only done 2. I need to do more of them. I actually recorded a bunch, but I haven't put them online yet. The second episode was from Trey Llewellyn, who unfortunately is not here today. He's part of Ignite and Inner Circle, but he's got some, I can't remember what it's called, something he's doing this weekend, so he wasn't able to come. But he kind of took this, he saw this model, and he's like, dang, this works good. I want to do that too. But I'm going to do it in the gun market. So he went over to the gun market, and on the Funnel Hacker TV episode, he walked through the whole funnel, but basically it's almost identical. So come here, he gives away a free 1 ounce thing of gun oil. So who wants, like, what kind of person wants gun oil? People that sell guns, right? So they do the free gun oil, they click on the button, and then they upsell more gun oil, freemium to premium. But if you want more of his gun oil for free, you got to sign up for his NGOA, which stands for the National Gun Owners Association. So he's the proud owner. Guess how you start an association? You just say, I started an association. so there may be an official way, but I don't think Trey did one. He just said, I'm part of the, I just started the NGOA. So we started the NGOA. All you gotta do is you pay an extra $1 right here, and then he ships you out more oil, and then afterwards he bills you $38.60 per month. Why do you think he charges $38.60 per month? I have no idea. That's such a weird number. I always thought it was weird. I asked him, he's like, I don't know. So he charges $38.60 per month, which is like double this, which is kind of cool. So more money, right? And then after that, then he's got his upsell to try to break even. So his upsell here is a gun cleaning kit. If you guys watched the episode, it's so funny. I was like, how'd you find the gun cleaning kit? He's like, oh, this is what I did. I walked out the door, and I walked across the street to Walmart, and I walked over to the gun section. I was looking around, and there were some gun cleaning kits. And they were like $20, but I was like, I'd probably pay about $60 for this. So I bought all of them on the shelf, went back, took a picture of them, threw them in the upsell, and people started buying them. Then we just go to Walmart and we drop ship them from Walmart. And then after a while, we found out it was a good offer, so then I went and ordered them and got them really cheap, and now that's our offer. But he didn't sit around waiting for like, I go to China and drop, order a whole bunch of gun kits, and he just went to see if people would buy it first. Which there's a big lesson just in and of that. When we launched NurSell the first time, I don't know if I should tell myself, but we we had NurSell working, and then we had no upsells at all. We're like, we need an upsell. And so Todd was in Boise. Todd's the developer of ClickFunnels, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're like, we need some upsells. Like, if these had upsells, this thing would make money. And so we went online. We were trying to find an upsell we could sell. And we found these people that had a nerve cream called NoxyCare. We're like, cool. People buy NurSell, helps their nerves. NoxyCare would be cream for their nerves. So I went to the site and I bought 100 bottles of NoxyCare, had them shipped to our warehouse. And then I woke up one of my designers. I'm like, I need a little bottle, and I bought a domain called Neuramend. I'm like, I need a bottle design that says Neuramend on it. So he designed a real quick bottle. We threw it up on the page. And I made a real quick video about Neuramend, and that we plugged that in the upsell flow. And then we passed out, and I went to bed. I woke up in the morning, and we'd sold like 40 of them overnight. And I was like, sweet. So people were buying Neuramend, which was our branded name, but then we only had NoxyCare, so we were shipping out this other product. And no one ever said anything. No one ever asked. No one even knows what they're buying most of the time. So we're shipping out NoxyCare, and after like a day or two, we're like, okay, people are buying this. The upsell rate's awesome. So we called the company like, hey, we need you guys to make some cream. We're shipping out a bottle of this thing called NoxyCare. You need to turn it into Neuramend. And so they've looked at the ingredients, formulated it, and boom, we ordered like a couple thousand bottles, and then we were in the skin cream business. But I didn't do that until I knew that people were going to buy it. Same thing with Trey here. So just kind of a cool way just to get stuff done before you know if it's going to be done. All right, so this is Trey's model. He's got the gun oil. He's got shooting targets. He's got some weird things that I don't know what they are, and a whole bunch of stuff. He's got probably 10 different front ends or more. On his interview, he told me that his goal is to launch a new funnel every week. That's their company thing. Like every week we need to launch a new funnel inside of ClickFunnels and a new front end. The upsells are pretty much the same, but just new front end over. So every week they're like new thing, new thing, new thing. They test it, the ones that suck. They get rid of the ones that work. They just keep blowing it up, keep driving traffic to it. Okay, which I think is a good, like, it's the whole like Apple a day concept, like a funnel a week, which is pretty cool. And Trey, I'd say, is probably, of everyone using ClickFunnels, probably has the most transactions every single day. Like, he's like got a dedicated support person just help him export order. Like, it's crazy, but they are selling so many of these things. It's just nuts. Excuse me. And in their membership site, I think right now they've got 3,000 or 4,000 people in their membership site. And his goal is to get up to 10,000 people, and he's like cranking. He's going to be there really, really soon. Okay, but same kind of concept. And then his membership site, same thing. It's a digital newsletter and some other things, and I don't know what else, but I think that's about it. Okay, any questions about that at all? Okay, so you guys see the patterns? That's why I funnel hack everyone. I like seeing the patterns. Like, wow, freemium, premium, offer, break even. Freemium, premium, offer, break even. Getting people in the continuity. So I started looking at this thinking, okay, in the businesses I'm in, like how can I replicate that concept and kind of do something similar? And so we've got a newsletter that we run in the .com Secrets company, and so that's kind of what I want to do. We had a physical newsletter. How many of you guys get the physical newsletter? Cool. So we have a physical newsletter, and then we've got a membership site that kind of goes with that. And so for those of you guys who are selling info products like me or want us to have an info thing, this is just some ideas that I'm doing that might hopefully kind of help you, okay? So the first thing I want to mention on this is I think it's important to kind of figure out, like we talked about yesterday, like finding your voice. Like, how are you publishing content? What's your process? And for me, like, I never really had a good one. We ran a print newsletter for 6.5, 7 years. It was just like articles, and we sent them out. It was good, but it wasn't like amazing. And I think that the launching of the .com Secrets book with little hand sketch and that kind of concept kind of has become me and like how I publish stuff now. So if you look at everything in this process, it's all based on like hand sketch drawings, right? So if you look at the middle of this funnel, this is my membership site. Like the content inside of here is hand sketch drawings with videos of me going deep into like what and why and how and kind of those things, right? And so each month there's basically, there's two. There's the newsletter. There's a newsletter that goes over a couple cool split tests we ran during that month, and then there's a video going deep into one of our scripts or one of our trainings. So that's kind of what's inside of our members area right now. And so we've been running this now for 6 or 7 months. So we got 6 or 7 months worth of stuff in there, right? A whole bunch of really cool things. And each one of these things, when I'm creating them knowing that I want each one to stand alone as its own front end. Okay, it's not just like random article or random video or anything, or just a newsletter with like a whole bunch of random stuff. Like everything is very focused on one thing, so I can break that out and it can become its very own front end, right? I want to be able to have a singular sales letter to sell any of my newsletters or any of the DVDs that go with, or DVDs and scripts. So like if you notice each month when you get it, or if you guys log in the members area, which you guys all should have access to this as well. Like each newsletter is focused on not just like here's like 5 cool tests. It's like here's all the tests we did for our webinar follow-up sequence. Now I can turn that into products like, hey, who wants to know all my webinar follow-up sequence? That can be its own front end. And so everything stands in and of itself. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, and there's method to that you'll see here. Okay, so that's what I'm taking everyone there is the membership site. Now I'm pulling out a piece, right? So for example, Perfect Webinar is one of our best-selling free plus shipping things ever. Like it's a piece of paper and a DVD that kind of explains the paper, but it's a piece of paper when all said and done, right? And it's sold, man, over 10,000 copies. Like it's one of our best-selling things, right? So it's just one example. But again, well, I'll go through the ones, right? So we got Perfect Webinar is the first thing, right? There's my freemium. And then from there, my upsell is my premium, where they get basically a whole packet full of DVDs and CDs and scripts and just a big, like, a whole bunch more stuff, right? So this is like my info kit. And then the third, so this is the free info kit. When they sign up for it, then they get put into the $50 a month newsletter / membership site. And then my third thing is that I have an upsell right here. And this one, I think I sell for $297. $297. This is my offer to try to break even on my ad costs. Now what I'm trying to do, and this won't work for all of them, but like for example, this one right here, this is the Perfect Webinar script, and then this upsell right here is the Perfect Webinar seminar we did, which is like a 2 or 3 days. Some of you guys, who guys were at that event where I did the webinar on stage, we closed everyone, you guys all watched? Yeah, so it's the recordings of that event. And so these are very, very congruent, so the conversion is really good. Some things I don't have like an event there, so it's more of like a generic thing. But same concept is freemium, premium, offer to break even on ad costs. And my goal is if I can break even through here, boom, a customer drops down here, I added $50 a month to my bottom line. Okay, so what you guys will watch me do, so I'm telling you what I'm going to do, and you will see this every 2 weeks from now until next January when you come back, and you'll be like, Russell, you told us about this, we saw it. So we've got Perfect Webinar that's already working, right? And then I'll be pulling out right here Star Story Solution, okay, which is 3 pieces of paper and a CD. So Star Story Solution will become a new front end right here, which same upsell, and I'm not sure the upsell here yet will be, push people in here. Okay, and then I've got my OTO bump script, which will be right here, boom, boom, boom. Last month we did, I did a DVD on our webinar follow-up sequence, or not a DVD, but a newsletter, like an 8-page newsletter on the follow-up sequence. That'll become a free plus shipping, boom, same thing, same thing. And every 2 weeks I'm coming out with a brand new front end. And that front end will go out there, and then it'll bring new people in to the thing, right? So this is, are you guys getting this so far? Is this kind of cool? Okay, now I want to tie this into everything else we talked about last 2 days because it's all the same thing for me, right? So if you look at like again, the voice I'm trying to define here, which is like the hand sketch drawings, hand sketch drawings, hand sketch drawings. When I go to the content side, we're going one step back even further. And the way that I'm promoting this, outside of obviously I'm going to email my list, I'm going to have Facebook ads going to here. But then on top of that, for every free plus shipping, I'm going to take, how do I explain this really easily? So here's like my perfect webinar one, right? Perfect webinar. So I've got this part here, here's my 3 secrets, here's my stack, here's my close, here's like 13 different closes. So you guys have all seen this a million times, right? So now what I'm going to do is for my, like, what should I blog about today? So I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to take out close number 1. I'm going to write a blog post right here called one of my 13 best closes. I'm going to make a cool little doodle image like this talking about that. I'll post it on my blog. It'll be one of my 13 things. You get the rest of them for free. Go over here to Perfect Webinar, get the free script, boom, 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 into the thing. Okay, and then the next day, what should I blog about today? I'm going to pull out how I do beliefs. Pull that out, make an image on that, write an article, post it on the blog. John takes that, blows it up, drives it all over the place, just push people back to here, boom. And then the next day, I'll pull out close number 2. And so during that 2-week period of time, when we launch it for 2 weeks, we'll be focusing on doing a whole bunch of stuff. Every day or every other day, I'm not sure. Hopefully, as often as I'm able to do, we'll have a different blog post, pulling out just a piece of this, putting these things out there, and that's all content now pushing into that front end, which puts people in the continuity, which puts people boom, 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 all the way down through. That make sense? And that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's $50 a month, right? So it's $50 a month. Each month they get a newsletter and then a script and a DVD. So this comes back. So there's 2 things they get each month, right? Remember I told you each month I'm trying to launch 2 front ends? So I got to create the content anyway, and I pull out, this becomes 1 front end, 2 weeks later this becomes the 2nd front end. Next month I create my new content, boom, boom, that becomes front end, 2nd front end, and just, this is the process, right? It's funny, like I'm looking at myself, and probably a lot of us, like, how many of you guys do, and I'm guilty probably worse than any of you guys, but we're like doing this and we're doing that and we're all over the place doing things. I look at like, if you look at, when all said and done, like what are we? Like we're publishing companies, right? Like real publishing companies, they have like a schedule, they have things, and there's like a process they follow. And I've never been that way. I'm like, oh, let's just throw that against the wall and let's throw, like whatever it is. And I'm trying like, how do we systemize this? Like we know the model, we know what works. And the real reason why it stops making money is because we run off to some new project, right? So how to make it so it's a consistent type thing? And if I just say, look, I know that every month I gotta create 2 pieces of content, and that's done. I gotta create a front end and a front end, and I'm done. And then throughout the day, pull out pieces to blog. Like now I have a publishing schedule, and what's cool is that if I create this, my team can pull out things to make the you know what I mean? Like I've already recorded the whole thing. I don't have to go rewrite a whole blog post. Hopefully, have people that can take that. They've heard me say they can take it, rewrite it. Boom! Now we got the pieces, and we can build an actually publishing schedule. So I think for all of us, that's at least on our side, we're trying to get really good. Like this is our publishing schedule, and if we build a publishing model, and look at Trey, once a week he's launching a new funnel, and they're crushing it. Like they're going to be at 10,000 members by January. When you guys see me, when you guys come next January, my guess is it'll be 10,000 members, paying him $40 a month. That's $400,000 a month in continuity for him and his team. Just like it's awesome, and it's because he's got a schedule once a week, once a week, once a week. Like how do we get people to stick in here, right? So the second part, like what we're doing is we're also opening up a new part, which is our software part for .com Secrets. So I told you guys yesterday about the quiz software we created, right? So the quiz software is a .com Secrets software product. So it'll be in there for people. We're creating a whole bunch of little mini software products. Kind of like if you guys watched AppSumo, not AppSumo. What is it? It's Noah's other company, Sumo something. SumoMe, I think. Yeah, SumoMe. So what he's done is he's creates a whole bunch of these little like front-end software to get you into his whole world, right? And so what we're doing now is the same kind of thing. Like there's a whole bunch of little software tools that I've kind of created for myself that I just use that are awesome to get stuff done, right? Outside of ClickFunnels. So like for example, if you guys open my emails and you see all my emails have like a picture with like a little play button in the middle of it. You guys are like, how do you do that? Like I want to just put a play, like, isn't that annoying? Like it seems so easy, but how do you do it, right? So I just built this, I had my dude, Doral, in Romania, he made this little script. I grab any image off my desktop, I pull it in the middle. There's like 10 different play buttons. I click which one I want. I say what size I want the picture, I click a button and then uploads it to Amazon. I got an image and I just link to it in my email. It takes like 2 seconds. And so that's gonna be like one little app inside of here, right? And then the quiz software. So we're just gonna have a bunch of little apps that like make life easier that kind of go inside of here. And that'll be part of the membership side as well. So those are added benefits, 2 reasons. One, to increase stick rate, and number 2, so that people don't just, I'm just gonna go buy everything else out here. So that's kind of the main other thing there. So, and this is why, I know a lot of people that make tons of money, continuity income off cold traffic, but it's hard to do it. And typically, if continuity is your first sale, typically it's not a good, like, a lot of times it can screw up your relationship with your customer. Like back in the day, like, I saw the effects of our company. We had a lot of like free plus shipping offers and putting people in the forced continuity. And like, when that's their first relationship, all of a sudden they get billed and then they're confused. Like, if you look at my headlines on these, I don't know if I have it on the other thing. Like my headline, I can't see it. It's very, like I'm as clear as humanly possible. It's continuity. In fact, my headline, I think it says, join our $50 a month newsletter. And like I call it the $50 a month newsletter because I don't want to screw up a relationship. Because someone's like, what, you billed me? Like, yeah, like the headline said you were going to get billed. Like I tried to make it as clear as humanly possible, or they'd have lower conversion, happier people. So for me, like I'm a very big believer on like the first, typically the first interaction with someone shouldn't be continuity, but the second, or other ones in the funnel are, which is why I do like this model, right? Because you're not saying, here, get a free credit card knife and we'll give you a free trial to the family protection. You know what I mean? Like, which that's what people did for years. It's saying, here's this really cool thing you get for free. Awesome, transaction's done. Now, hey, cool, you got the first transaction. If you do want to be part of this, we got something even cooler for you. You know what I mean? That kind of a concept. So, which is why you notice none of mine are leading with the continuity. Okay, so for ClickFunnels, for the first year of our business, we just had like this long form, SaaS sales letter style sales letter, right? And because we're like, every good SaaS company's got a good SaaS sales letter on their homepage, right? So that's what we should do. We're funnel hacking all these people, right? So we had that, and like our conversions were all right, but they're never great. But we're just like, that's what everyone else does, so that's what we'll do. Then we hired Neil Patel, who's got a whole bunch of SaaS sites and everything, and he's like, your guys' conversion rate sucks on your page. I'm like, yeah. And then I showed him our webinar registration page. He's like, what's your conversions on that? I'm like, oh, most traffic sources get about 70% opt-in rate. He's like, why don't you make that your homepage? I'm like, you can't make a webinar registration page your homepage. It doesn't make any sense. He's like, but you're getting like nothing over here and 70% here. Why don't you just do it? And like, we literally for like 3 hours sat there back and forth fighting about it. And then finally Todd's like, screw it, I'm just gonna test it. I'm like, I don't even want to test it, that's embarrassing. Like no one goes to a homepage of a company and sees a webinar registration page. That's like the stupidest thing in the world. And Todd's like, I'm testing it. I'm like, whatever. So he sets up a test. We go to bed that night, come back in the morning, and it has made us, on average, about $70,000 to $80,000 a week in brand new income that we never even knew about. So if you go to ClickFunnels.com now, you guys may have noticed that the homepage, all it is a big old webinar registration page. You guys know, anyone look at them like, why would you do that, Russell? You're so stupid. You don't have a webinar registration page as the homepage. The reason is the extra $80,000 a week that it's added to our bottom lines. So it's been awesome. I texted Mike, or I was voxing Mike Filsam the other day. He's got Webinar Jam, and he voxed me like, hey, we did this thing on our webinar, or on the Webinar Jam page that increased our conversions by like 11%. I was like, oh yeah? We turned ours into a webinar registration page to add an extra $80,000 a week into our income. He's like, what? And he was like, I wish I could play the vox for you. He's like, that is the stupidest, most brilliant thing I have ever heard. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I'm calling Andy to wake him up because, like, it doesn't make any sense, but that's freaking huge. Like, he was going, like, dropping F-bombs. It was like 2 in the morning in my bed. I'm like, trying to make my wife not here. He's like going crazy. And I have a call with them tonight trying to walk through the process. They're changing all Webinar Jam registration page into a webinar registration page. Like, we know webinars sell, but it's just funny we haven't. So .com-secrets.com, which this has been my homepage forever. It's like, hey, click here to opt in. So when the new webinar that sells our continuity is finished, this will become a webinar registration page as well. Every single button on here will be getting people to register for the .com Secrets webinar, where I'm going to show you my weird marketing experiments, and then boom, get people in continuity from there as well. Oh yeah, his webinar. I didn't realize he changed that. That makes my day. I wonder if Quick Sprout's that way too. Yeah, I was telling him afterwards our numbers. What if you turn Quick Sprout into a webinar registration page? Yeah. Okay, but this is funny too. This comes back to we talked about surveys the other day. Check this out. Do you want more website traffic? So let's just say I was the owner of Google. Yes, I want more website traffic. Oh, dang, it makes me log in. I forgot. The last one didn't. The old one didn't make you do that. Oh, I know my password on this one. Crap. Anyway, it goes through this little algorithm. Things like, beep, 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 beep. Oh, we found 17 errors on your website. Fill out this form for free consultation, which brings you into this coaching funnel. And it's just like, I put in Google, eBay, I put like every site that's like perfect. And then, anyway, it was pretty funny. I gotta show you guys though. So that is kind of the process. So between us building out front-end funnels to bring people in, turning our home pages into webinar registration pages to sell, we'll be selling basically this for $497. They'll get a year access to the newsletter, to the membership site, the software, everything like that. That's how we're going to be building up the continuity program. And my goal personally is by our next meeting to have 5,000 people in there, which we're almost at 1,000 right now. So to be, almost 6 times increase to get people in there. So that's my goal. I'm committing to you guys that by January we should have some awesome stuff happening on that side. That's the model. That's the process. That's what we're doing.
Is that a recorded webinar, or are you doing it live?
It'll be live the first time, and there'll be auto webinar from that point forward. Yeah. Any other questions about this at all? We have a live one that goes. It's a kind of like it's go to webinar, but there's someone that pushes play on it every Wednesday, right now, and then that one happens, and then we do usually 1 or 2 a week with different partners, and usually that'll be like on a Thursday, and so they'll promote hard like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we do the webinar. Friday we do a replay, and then Saturday, Sunday we do a bunch of follow-ups, and then close out on Sunday. In fact, if you log into the .com Secrets members area, last month's newsletter went through page by page, email by email, and shows you every single thing in there. So, how many of you guys have ever logged into the .com Secrets membership area? A few of you guys. This is awesome in there. I keep adding cool stuff for you guys. It's going to keep getting better and better. Like I said, the quiz survey software will be in there. Hopefully, as long as the beta test next week goes live, hopefully by within a couple weeks, that'll be in there. You guys can start building out surveys, funnels, image uploaders, throw your play button, just everything, all the cool little weird tricky things we use, we're going to throw in there and let you guys play with and have. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I just want to thank you guys all for making the commitment. First off, to join the coaching program and being here. I know that it's not a small financial commitment. I know you put trust in us, me, and my team, and everybody to coach you and guide you and help you in the right way. And I just want to thank you guys for putting that trust in us. We don't take that lightly at all, as you can hopefully see from this and from everything we try to do for you guys. But if you guys, our team is amazing. I love you guys. Can everyone give a round of applause for Brent and John and everyone who's kind of done this? It's awesome. Well, I just am so grateful for you guys. I told you guys this before, but like one of my favorite things about this is I have a chance to live my entrepreneurial ADD through all of you guys. I don't have to go launch every one of your companies. I get to watch you guys and kind of participate and be part of it, which is good for me. It's like therapy for me, so it's really good, and I appreciate you guys letting me do that. For those who are in the mastermind tomorrow, mastermind starts at 9 a.m. We're on the 3rd floor, so we'll be on the 3rd floor tomorrow, and then that's happening Friday and Saturday. And then for all of you guys, Monday we start with the Ignite 10-week program. So we'll be getting out an email to, Christian will probably send an email to you guys Friday or Saturday with kind of a schedule. Each week we'll send out one that has all the phone call number, all the stuff for the week, so you'll have it. Those calendars, by the way, he scheduled dates like on Christmas and Thanksgiving, so it's flexible. Like, you guys, I'm not wearing shoes right now. Time's gonna be moving around. Like, just be cool with it, and if you're trying to look for a structured schedule, it's never going to happen, but I promise you we'll get where we need to go. It'll be fun. Mike, I was teasing Mike. He posted in the Facebook group, like, what's the schedule for Boise? I'm like, I don't even know yet. Come on now. And it turned out great, right? Our goal is to give you guys exactly what you need, and that's what we're always trying to do. It'll be flexible. Some Mondays I may have a kid thing that I have to do and might move on Tuesday, but that schedule is kind of what we're going to be doing. That'll be going for the next 10 weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun. I encourage you guys to play full out, be part of that, be engaged, do the trainings, create the funnels, and if you do that, at the end of the process, you'll come out with something really, really cool on the other end. And I want you guys not only just to do it, but like share, like get engaged in the Facebook group. Like you guys, hopefully you guys have gotten to know each other the last 2 days, and like this is an amazing group, and leverage off each other's talents and things like that, because you guys are some amazing people. And I'm just honored that you guys are here in this room with us. And other than that, we are done for the day, and I'll see most of you guys again in January. So it'll be awesome. Thanks, everybody.